Miss Sheatley.
Oh, good evening.
We've met.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't recall.
I didn't realize you were married a second time.
Yeah, but remind me, have we really met?
Yeah, I think we were in school together.
Oh, were we? I don't remember a lot about my school days. They must have been detestable.
Not surprised.
You know, I'm quite looking forward to meeting your husband. Ever since he took up the job at the Foreign Office, his name's been known all around town.
I don't think you and my husband will have much in common, Miss Sheatley.
Everyone's been dying to know the brilliant Mrs. Sheatley.
You know, I find an acquaintance that starts off with a compliment is sure to develop into a real friendship.
Really?
Yeah, and I already knew Miss Shiltern.
We actually went to school together.
She was the perfect student, always winning all of the awards.
Oh, and what kind of student were you?
You know, my success came later on in life. I didn't really win a lot in school, unfortunately.
Well, I'm sure the successes came after. Gorin!
What's up, Robbie? How you been?
Good. How have you been, bro?
Good.
Mrs. Shipley, let me introduce you to the most chillest person in town.
Oh, Goring? I have met Goring before.
Yeah, we have met before. I didn't think you'd remember me.
My memory is just great. Are you still a bachelor?
I mean, I'm not romantic at all. I leave that stuff to the old guys. So, may I ask, are you gonna be in town for long?
Oh, you know, that depends partly on the weather, and partly on the cooking, and partly on Robert.
You're not going to put us into a war, are you? I hope.
There will be no danger.
Yeah, man, you're in town and everything. How you been?
Yeah, I've been good, bro. Enjoying life.
Oh yeah, but I heard you're still a bachelor. How's the romance thing and everything for you?
Bro, I gave up on that romance thing. I don't know if it's worth it.
I know, but the trend these days is finding an ideal husband, being the ideal husband.
Yeah.
You know, finding a wife, settling down, having kids.
No, but, I mean, little pool game?
Of course. Let me get you a drink though.
Oh, okay. Sure, thank you. Appreciate it. Handsome woman, Mrs. Shigley.
Don't praise other women in my presence.
She is a beauty.
What is it with Miss Sheatley? Everybody's talking about Miss Sheatley. Goring, what was it that you said? Genius in the daytime?
Beauty in the nighttime.
And I'm just going to ask, are you going to any of our other houses before you leave, Mrs. Sheatley?
Oh no, my stay in England really depends on you, Robert.
Seriously?
Quite seriously. I want to talk to you about a great political and financial scheme. About this Argentine canal company, in fact.
What a tedious practical subject for you to talk about, Mrs. Sheatley.
Oh, I like tedious practical subjects. What I don't like are tedious practical people. There is a wide difference. Besides, you are interested, I know, in international canal schemes. You were Radley's secretary, weren't you? When the government bought out the Suez Canal shares?
Yes, but the Suez Canal was a very great and splendid undertaking. It gave us our direct route to India. It had imperial value. It was necessary that we should have control. This Argentine scheme is a commonplace stock exchange swindle.
A speculation, Sir Robert. A brilliant, daring speculation.
Believe me, Mrs. Shively, it is a swindle. Let us call things by their proper names. It makes matters simpler. We have all the information about it at the Foreign Office. In fact, I sent out a special commission to inquire into the matter privately, and they report that the works are hardly begun, and as for the money already subscribed, no one seems to know what has become of it. The whole thing is a second Panama, and with not a quarter of the chance of success that miserable affair ever had. I hope you have not invested in it. I'm sure you're far too clever to have done that.
I have invested largely in it.
I don't think I've shown you my quotes yet. They're in the music room. May I show them to you?
Oh, sit down. I want to talk business.
I fear I have no advice to give you, Mrs. Shively, except to interest yourself in something less dangerous. The success of the canal depends, of course, on the attitude of our town, and I'm going to lay a report on the commissioners before the House tomorrow night.
That you must not do. In your own interest, Sir Robert, to say nothing of mine, you must not do that.
In my own interest? My dear Mrs. Shively, what do you mean?
Sir Robert, I will be quite frank with you. I want you to withdraw the report that you had intended to lay before the House, on the grounds that you have reason to believe that the commissioners have been prejudiced or misinformed or something. And then I want you to say a few words to the effect that the government is going to reconsider the question. And that if you have reason to believe the canal, if completed, will be great of international value. You know the sort of things ministers say in cases of this kind. A few ordinary platitudes will do. In modern life, nothing produces such an effect as a good platitude. It makes the whole world kin. Will you do that for me?
Mrs. Shively, you cannot be serious in making me such a proposition.
I am quite serious. And if you do what I ask you, I will pay you quite handsomely.
Pay me?
Yes.
I'm afraid I don't quite understand what you mean.
How very disappointing. And I have come all the way from my town in order that you should thoroughly understand me.
I fear I don't.
My dear Sir Robert, you are a man of the world, and you have your price, I suppose. Everybody does nowadays. The drawback is that most people are dreadfully expensive. I know I am. I hope that you will be more reasonable with your terms.
I'm going to call a taxi for you.
I'm talking to a man who laid the foundation of his fortune by selling to a stock exchange speculator. A cabinet secret.
I don't know what you mean.
What I mean is I know the real origin of your wealth and career, and I know about your letter.
What letter?
The letter you wrote as Radley's secretary.
That's not true.
You fool. You thought the letter had been discarded, but I had it all along.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Whatever scheme you're alluding to is just a speculation. The House of Commons probably already rejected the bill anyways.
It's simple. All you have to do is publicly support me in the Argentine scheme, and the letter's yours.
I can't do it. That's a price too expensive. The thing is, if I support you openly on that Argentine scheme, my reputation is gone, out the window. I'll be infamous. I can't do it.
So let it. If this letter sees the light of day, your reputation is gone. You won't be the ideal husband. You'll be nothing.
I'll give you any money you want. Any sum.
No. Not even a man as rich as you could pay back your past.
All right. I'll do it.
I knew you would agree. Gertrude.
Shively, I hope you enjoyed your conversation. Sir Robert's very entertaining, isn't he?
The most entertaining, and you have a beautiful house.
If you don't mind me asking, what was the conversation about?
Well, your husband supports me in the Argentine scheme.
He would never support the Argentine scheme.
That's a secret between your husband and I.
Well, you shouldn't keep secrets.
Mrs. Shively, your taxi's here.
I best be off now.
You saw who was brought here tonight?
I did. What an unpleasant surprise. I don't know, what was she even doing here?
Apparently to try to lure my husband into some scheme, the Argentine Canal.
Argentine Canal. Oh yeah, I think I've heard about that. Well, she probably got the wrong guy.
A woman like that is incapable of understanding my husband's good nature.
Good nature, Robbie is a good guy. Robbie's a very, 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 very good guy. He's one of my closest friends.
She's up to something.
Hey, Gertrude. You're looking beautiful tonight.
You're not really going to lend a hand in the Argentine speculation, are you?
Who told you about that?
Mrs. What's her name? Shively? She seemed to taunt me with it. Back in school, she's malicious, she was mean. She hasn't changed.
Well, people change. That's in the past. You shouldn't judge people just solely on their past actions and their past personality. It's not the right thing to do.
One's past is the only way by which one should be judged.
Yeah, but people make mistakes. And about the Argentine scheme, you know, things happen, okay? Like political things and just things always change, right?
Things don't happen to you. You're not like this.
I don't even know what you're talking about, okay? This is something, it's a political debate and everything. You don't have to worry about anything, okay?
Why is there a secret? She
There-
said there was a secret.
There is no secret between us, okay?
You're
Like,
hiding things. This isn't like you.
no, what are you even talking about, Gertrude? I don't think you understand. This between me and her, it's just nothing. It's a political talk, it's a negotiation.
But
and
you're my
everything.
husband. Why can't I be involved?
This Argentine scheme is bigger, okay? It's bigger than this.
Bigger
It's
than a marriage?
The thing is that this political thing has to do a lot with my foreign office and my job, right? It's important.
If
Let's
it's
keep
important, I should know about it, and it shouldn't be a secret with
Well,
that malicious woman.
you wouldn't understand that. You wouldn't understand that, Gertrude. Okay? I don't think you would understand that, and I think it's the end of the debate. I don't know.
Fine.